Hi mate, just wanted to get you on here for our chat really. Just go over your progress, go over what you've learned, how you've felt in terms of where you feel now, and then where you felt before you started this whole journey. What I can actually do is I can click screen share here, right? You should be able to see my screen. Let me know. Can you see my screen? Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got my Instagram page up here. Now I posted this on my page, obviously talking about you, a while back just to show your progress off. And can you remember sending those photos over to me? Was it April or March 2019?
The top ones, aye.
The top
horrendous.
One. Yeah.
Absolutely horrendous.
I was in Florida at the time when your messages. It was when I was on holiday last year, and I remember got your messages. Was it Instagram your messages on?
I think so.
Yeah, I give you my WhatsApp number. I remember you signed up when I was in Florida. Then when I come back, that's when we started working together. And obviously since then, what's the total weight loss since then? I think we worked it out not long ago.
I went from, with you, I started at 14 stone 8, and I got down to 12 stone 2.
Yeah. So
I'm a bit higher now, but that's just part and parcel with not being able to train as hard as I normally do.
Yeah, well, we've got that anticipated, and really, it's all about just maintaining good habits at this time. But that just shows you how far you've came, and that's just only since you've worked with me, really, isn't it? You've already started a lot of your own progress. Was done like a year before you even signing up with me, wasn't it? So you already kind of started.
Yeah, I started at 16 stone 3.
Yeah, I tell you what, Gavin, I'm going to go on your profile. Can you see what I'm typing still? Can you?
Yeah.
So you can see my screen. Perfect.
Yeah,
just so you can see, just so I've got something to, when I'm talking about, what I'm referring to. So this is your profile here. So yeah, that photo there, that's what I wanted to show. How old were you there? How many years ago was it?
That was it. 2018.
2018. So not even that long ago.
No. I think it was 2018. I can't remember.
Yeah. Same shirt. Got the same shirt on.
Becca was pregnant, so it was 2018.
Yeah. Aye, great. So that just shows you, physical transformation, but I think that the message really is the lifestyle transformation you've had from then, that Gav on the left to now. How did you feel then? Looking back at that photo before the before photo, what was your life like then? How did you feel?
I was always out of breath.
Yeah. But don't just mean physically, like your whole life. Like, how did you feel mentally? How did you feel, your energy, spiritually, emotionally? How did you feel?
I didn't believe I was as bad as I was.
Yeah. So you think you can see, looking back now in terms of where you are, you can see how far back you were then, but maybe at the time you didn't realize it.
Yeah, definitely. I'd get, obviously, the stick I get, obviously being a bigger lad back then. I just used to brush it off as if say, I'm not that bad. And now I've lost close to 4 stone. I look back at the picture and I'm like, they were right. I was disgraceful, really.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't go as far as saying disgraceful, Gavin. I wouldn't say that about anyone. I think everyone just goes around life trying to make themselves feel better, and sometimes they can get a little bit lost on that path, and they can end up in a situation where they want to change. I think it's no position's disgraceful. You certainly weren't in a disgraceful position, but you were at the point where you were uncomfortable and you wanted to change. You know what I mean? So what was the moment when you decided, like, look, I don't want to live like this. I don't want to have unhealthy habits. I want to start going to the gym and start exercising. And I think you started Slimming World, didn't you? Your first thing. First change you made. I know you might laugh about it now, but that point in your life, what did you think? What was the final straw in terms of you going, right, I want to start living a healthier lifestyle now, and I want to start pursuing personal and physical development? When was that point?
I think it was just the general walking around and stuff like that. I struggled. I live in a first floor flat, so coming up the stairs and just little things like that, when you think, I'm out of breath going up the stairs, that's not good for someone who's...
Yeah, I noticed that back in my bodybuilding days. I was about 16 stone at 5'8". in like, you know, in off season when you go on like a big bulk, it was just an excuse to get really fat, really. Like, I remember that, and honestly, I couldn't breathe walking up the stairs. You know, I'm about just under 14 now. You know, I'm a lot more athletic, a lot more healthier, so I couldn't even imagine another 2 stone of weight, you know, that I didn't need. So I can relate to that whole going up the stairs thing and realizing you're out of breath. It's there's nothing quite something like that giving you a bit of an eye opener, is it really, that you need to change something?
Yeah, well, when I done Slimming World, I lost 3 stone doing Slimming World.
Yeah.
And then when I stopped, I just kind of let bad habits come back in, and
yeah,
it didn't really teach you anything. It just taught you that you can have this amount per day of that, and this, and when you look back, you go, I had 2 baked potatoes there. That's nearly 1,000 calories in 2 big baked potatoes.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, Gav, isn't it? I mean, I think Slimming World has its place. I think it's at least it's an action, you know. There's a lot of people out there that say they're unhappy and they want to change their eating habits and they don't do anything about it. At least those people are going to Slimming World. They've took a conscious choice and they've made an action. I'm going to do something to benefit my life, you know. So at least that's the good thing. So at least when you were there, you were on the right path in terms of wanting to develop yourself. But yeah, that is the problem with things like Slimming World, Weight Watchers. Although the support might be great for people who don't really know what they're doing, what they teach is obviously, as we know now, a lot of it's false. You know what I mean, in terms of the whole calorie things and the sins and the free foods. It confuses the shit out of people, and it leads people to be in the position that you were in. You went there, it worked for you, but when you left, you went straight back to old habits.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was the thing with Slimming World. So you've got some funny stories about Slimming World, haven't you? Tell it. I think you told us one time why you packed in or something. What was it again?
I can't remember.
Yeah, did you just stop going, or what was the thing that you stopped? What was the thing that made you lose motivation to go there?
But I'll have to jog my memory. What made us stop going to Slimming World? So I'm lost now.
Yeah, well, why did you stop? You know what I mean? Like, what happened? Did you stop going, or was it just an accumulation thing, or?
I just think it just started getting tedious. It just
You can eat a banana and it's so and it's free, but if you mash it up and have it in a smoothie, it's like
everything just seems backwards. Like you can't have mashed banana. You can't have mashed banana. It's sin, but you mash it with your gob to eat it.
I know. I've heard that one. Yeah, that's what I've kind of noticed. Like, I'm quite a perceptive person, and that's without trying to judge it in that way, because it's easy for me in the position I'm in as an independent coach to slag off things like Slimming World, but I've actually used my perception to think, right, analyze it properly. And I think that's one thing I've found in terms of the way people respond to it. They are confused. They're confused as shit about it, and they just keep going through the cycle of not really knowing what to do, but feeling like that's the only way they can do it. And it's a business for confusion. That's unfortunately how they're successful, and it's helping some people, but the majority it's not really. So you made the decision obviously to leave that behind and go it alone, but I'm still on your profile now, but it's you post a lot of training footage when you're in the gym, and you're very dedicated. It's very impressive to log on Instagram, Gav, and see how much effort you put into your progression. So obviously gyms are closed right now, but as you can see, there's another photo there. It just shows you the difference in change of you physically as well, but mentally, I think we've talked about this in check-ins as well, when we've been going over progress. The lifestyle you had back then, it wasn't making you happy, was it? Whereas the one you've got now, it's a constant strive for happiness.
I like a different friendship group and everything compared to that picture. Yeah. Like everything since I've changed has changed for the better.
Yeah.
Like, my mates are different. It's like they're more supportive. I've got groups of mates that I never had from school back as mates.
Mm-hmm.
And they're supportive. It's just like everything's kind of less piss taking, more like, oh, mate, well done.
Yeah. Well, that goes for the whole thing. What I like to see myself as doing personally with myself and my clients, it's teaching people about a lifestyle transformation. So yes, physically you can get changes like that, and it is based around diet and training in the gym. But you need to transform your whole lifestyle if you want to get the full benefits from that. And that goes from, what you do with your attention outside of the gym, who you surround yourself with, negative people, toxic people, whatever you want to call them. You need to kind of limit all the exposure in the world to the things that make you feel crap, you know, and a healthy lifestyle is not only in the gym, it's about outside too. So you've understood that, haven't you, this past year, about where your attention goes outside of the gym, who you surround yourself with, how you deal with stress, how you create positive emotions, you know, and that's something you've learned and put into practice this year, isn't it?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. And I've seen it firsthand, you know, and obviously me and you know that. I think you'll accept in the past that you didn't deal with stress the best, and all those other pressures outside of, you know, work, relationships, life, or in general. Your first thing to go was your diet when it became stressful, wasn't it? And that was the constant cycle you had of wanting to follow a plan, but then fucking it up, if you like, because of outside stresses.
Yeah, definitely. As soon as I got stressed, pissed off, it was straight crisps, chocolate, beer, you name it, I would just stuff it in. And it's not a case, I've got a thing where I normally don't feel full. So if I started binging, I could just binge and not feel full. And be
I relate to that, yeah.
I shouldn't be eating this, but like, I'm not full of it, so I'm just going to keep going.
Yeah,
There's times where I've had a takeaway at work, and people are like, "Oh, Gav, you'll never eat all that," and I'm just like, "You what? Watch, I will." And it's like, what's the matter with why do you do it? I was like, "Well, you've challenged us, so I've got to eat it." My mindset,
you might have stumbled across a hidden talent there, Gav. You might be the next Man v Food host.
Oh no, I can't do it.
That would be fun. When lockdown's over, that's the dream. That go around America eating loads of Man v Food restaurants. But yeah, I get what you mean, mate. It's what you're talking about there is this is what a lot of people lack in their overall mindset. They know they shouldn't use food for comfort and they shouldn't overeat and binge, but life becomes that stressful, you know, the set of circumstances lead them to believe that they are feeling stressed, and it's so easy to reach for food to alleviate that, isn't it? It's just one thing. I mean, we've got bars, restaurants, dates with our partner, you know, alone watching Netflix yourself, you know, at work, in the canteen, meeting your friends for coffee. Everything's all social things that make you feel better, all surround food. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I do. You're feeling down or you're feeling unmotivated, tired, you need to pick me up, if you like. Food is the number one go-to, and that's why people have developed this relationship with it. Where, yes, it makes them feel better in the short term, but you know, in the long term, it gives them a body, you know, that they don't want because they're overeating, and that comes with another host of problems. So it's this vicious cycle of not being able to deal with the stress in your lifestyle, and then turning to food to alleviate that, but then getting physical, you know, problems from it with the way you look, you know, and confidence issues. And let's face it, no one wants to be out of shape, no one wants to be out of breath, like you said before. You know, it doesn't make you feel good, does it? It lowers your energy. So you have to say, as a lifestyle transformation, that goes with dealing with all the stress outside of it, using the gym and a healthy nutrition plan to prop up your confidence, if you like, to be able to deal with all the stress, and then you'll progress yourself physically in terms of your body fat, your muscle mass, the way you look. You progress yourself mentally as well with the way you feel. So that's something that you've grasped right now, and you've obviously felt the benefits of that.
Oh, I definitely. It's just, there's no point reaching for a bar of chocolate because it's going to make you happy for 5 seconds.
Yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with
not the days that you need.
Yeah, that's the thing with the healthy lifestyle transformation. It's not about cutting all that junk out. It's about using it the way what it's meant for moderation, for enjoyment, you know. And you have to understand that as well, that you can have a healthy plan, and you can have a chocolate bar. Haven't you got a chocolate bar every day on yours? 30 grams of chocolate on your plan?
40 grams, so basically a whisper every day.
Yeah, so it's not a lot. It's not a lot, let's face it. Not most people wouldn't be satisfied after one little bar of chocolate. But if you've got this approach where you think, you know, I can enjoy it in moderation, and I can still get results, and I'm not cutting it out, that's a great relationship to have with food. So you've got a little bit of chocolate on your plan every day, and it just shows that it works.
Gives you that little boost. You're just saying, "Oh, get it! I've got that to have it on."
Yeah, and how powerful does it make you feel?
I can eat that.
How powerful does it make you feel, Gavin, in terms of your own confidence, being able to have that little bit and being satisfied and thinking, you know what, I enjoyed that, but I didn't fuck up my progress. You know, so it builds your confidence so much, and that's all created through healthy lifestyle habits.
Well, I still get when I'm eating it, when I'm having one at work, it's like, I thought you wanted a diet. I'm like, yeah, it's me diet, like, my lifestyle, and I can have this. Like, what kind of diet's that when you have chocolate? It's like, yeah, you don't even realize how good this is.
Yeah, that's That's the thing. That's the thing. That's how I know what I know now about diets and how people respond to them in terms of the human behavior. I know all this because I made so many mistakes in the past. I've made every mistake under the sun in terms of what you can do with your nutrition. Go super low carb, liquid diets, fasting for long periods. You know, I went zero carb for 6 weeks once, you know, and I got tremendous results. I mean, tremendous, probably the best shape I've ever been in. But I was miserable and I didn't have any energy. And when I come off that diet, when I took me photos in the gym for Instagram, posted them, I went home and I binged for like 4 or 5 weeks straight. You know, how's that healthy? You know, so you're saying, people are judging you having a little bit of chocolate on your diet, saying, well, what's that? You know what I mean? People just think they've got this perception that dieting has to be this extreme thing where you eat like, you know, you eat rabbit food and you cut all your junk food out and you isolate yourself and you don't, you know what I mean? You don't live your life, or, you know, you act like a, you know, an athlete. It's like, that's not the way it's meant to be, you know, and it's this extreme dieting which has led people to have a messed up relationship with food.
Yeah, definitely. All these fancy names for fancy plans, you just go back to basics, calorie deficit, planning what you think is going to do you good and work it around what you want.
Yeah, I know.
Hit a calorie target and then there you go.
Yeah, the two most powerful things I think the average person can use to progress themselves in terms of their health, physically and mentally, is if they want to change their body, they want to drop fat, calorie deficit, that is it. So that doesn't mean you have to be perfect in terms of your nutrition. Being a calorie deficit, you'll make progress. And then lifestyle, look at factors in your lifestyle, what you need to improve. You know, because anyone can jump on the most consistent, best, you know, high, what's the word, technological plan known to man with all the latest dieting techniques and all the top quality food, and it could be, you know, the most expensive training program in the world for this elite level athlete. But if you've got all the barriers going in your life that stop you from doing it, like, you know, a demanding job, a family, you know, the inability to deal with stress, this perfect plan, you know, that's on paper is not going to be the best for you, is it? So it's not about being perfect and being super strict. It's about doing something that works for you, that you enjoy, and that you can stick to.
You try and go 100% all the time, you're going to fall off and binge harder.
Yeah.
Aim for 80%, you're going to stay on it much longer.
Yeah. I'd rather someone be 70, 80% consistently than be 100% for a couple of days. You know what I mean? And that's it. Because perfection is a flawed concept. It's a flawed concept because no one is perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. You know what I mean? So perfection is a flawed concept. You'd rather be consistent than perfect. So that's the thing about lifestyle coaching and lifestyle transformation. You're trying to consistently create a better life for yourself. It's not about going balls to the wall and trying to overhaul all your bad habits in one go and never enjoy yourself and not give yourself a little bit of wiggle room for the odd fuck up. You know what I mean? But that's the way to live your life. So you summed it up perfectly there. That 80% of the time you need to be an 8 out of 10. You know, that's 8 out of 10 consistently will get you the best progress you've ever had, and you'll feel great while doing it because you'll not burn out by doing the whole starvation diet and thing that we mentioned.
So
you've got your calories every day to keep you sane, haven't
you? You've got to keep your sanity. Like, I don't know anyone who's happy about being perfect all of the time.
Well, it's impossible, mate. It's exhausting. Imagine if you try to be perfect every day, you know, in all aspects of your life. Fucking hell, it'd be exhausting, wouldn't it?
I think you'd probably have really bad mental health issues.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's, you know, you can't be perfect every day. And I think the idea that you can't be perfect every day is either enough for people to drive themselves crazy, you know, and be upset about it, or they'll just end up giving up because they know they can't get it. There's no in between. Why can't you just be happy to be, you know, 7, 8 out of 10, consistently being the best version of yourself, but not putting that much pressure on yourself to be perfect? You know, it's common sense to me. You know, and I'm glad you understand that as well. And obviously, that's what I teach a lot of you guys in the programs is about that. It's not about being perfect. Be consistent. You know, consistently being the best version of yourself, and knowing that you're going to have the occasional fuck up is the best way to do it. You just got to be self-aware. Really, that's being in touch with everything. You know what I mean? Because someone who thinks they're going to be perfect all the time, are going to be on the diet all the time, going to be, you know, never letting stress and demotivation bother them. They must be deluded because that's not real. It's a fantasy, you know. So accepting this, accepting that you don't have to be perfect is a clear way to live your life.
Yeah. Just looking at that photo, man. That like my head doesn't even look like it belongs on that body.
I know you've dropped a lot of weight. What's the weight difference for that, Gav? 4 stone, did you say?
That's 4 stone now.
Yeah. Yeah, and your strength's gone up considerably in that time, hasn't it? What were some of your lifts like?
Some
of your lifts, what were them like?
What, when I was 4 stone heavier?
Yeah. No, now, like, what's your top lift? So what's this here?
I'm not sure. What's that one? That could be 180, I think. 180 deadlift, I think.
That. Yeah, but I've seen Instagram all the time, and you've got a lot of training footage on there. So you're very dedicated, and you've almost made it a part of your life now, just as like what brushing your teeth is in the morning. You know what I mean? Something you do consistently. And once you have a habit of pushing yourself in the gym that you enjoy and you get something from, it makes you feel so much more confident and accomplished that it just slots into your lifestyle perfectly. You know? But,
I mean, the trap bar you've just passed there, that's my highest ever lift.
Which one? That one? Yeah.
In the red top there.
Yeah,
it's a grinding rep, but it was 205.
Yeah. How does it make you feel? Always like knowing you've got that target to aim for, to push yourself beyond your comfort zone, like in your strength levels. What do you feel it gives you? You know, as a person.
It's hard to describe because it just pushes us to want to hit them goals. Like that 200 was a goal by year end. So by the end of the year, I wanted to hit that 200 and hit 205. Like I wanted to squat 140. I'm hitting 120 at the minute.
Yeah.
Benching, I wanted to hit 110. I've done 100. I wanted to be able to do pull-ups, dips, stuff like that. Like I'm hitting pull-ups more consistently. I'm hitting dips easily. Everything's just making us more focused.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people say they lack focus and they feel lost and they don't know what to do with their life. They don't know how to make themselves feel better. And you just got to get a plan, really, haven't you? You've just got to put something in place, what you can measure, like a little strength target like that. And once you hit it and you push yourself to it, you just feel so much more accomplished and confidence. You know what I mean? And that focus will just grow. But setting yourself targets like that, you can kind of relate to this as well. It gives you so much confidence in your whole life because it's almost like ticking boxes as you go, you know, and having those targets that is, like you said, push yourself beyond your comfort zone. It feels great when you hit them.
Oh, it's like I like do mini celebration dances when I hit a PB in the gym. And
well,
like,
you know, it's
look at you and think, oh. But like I was training at the gym group, and it's like a library. So like I'm screaming and shouting when I'm doing a lift, and people are looking at you like you got 4 heads, and you're like, oh, this ain't good for me. I need to go into a gym where like shouting's acceptable.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's got their own level of what the perfect environment is for the gym, but it's good to find your own. So yeah, I remember back in my strength training days, you know, I liked a bit of shouting, a bit of hardcore music and that. So I get it, mate. When you're trying to push beyond your comfort zone, that's what you need. But for other people, you know, that's not their scene. They just want to be comfortable, and that's totally cool. It's all about progressing yourself, isn't it? So that's the environment. Comfortable. So great, but. Yeah, mate, it's like I said, currently when we're speaking, it's due to lockdown with the whole coronavirus thing, isn't it? So that's what I wanted to ask you today. How has the adaptation been between all of a sudden focusing on strength, being in the gym as normal, to all of a sudden no gyms allowed, work out from home, see you later?
It's been tough. Like the first 2 weeks, like were just non-existent for training for me. Just I done nothing. I just slumped about. And I think that's played a big part in how I'm going now. Like I'm back out running. I'm doing banded workouts in the house, and it's helping us get my head back. So when the gyms do reopen, I'll be more zoned in, ready just to pick up where I left off. Obviously not be as strong, but ready to build and attack the targets again.
Yeah, so you've switched it up a bit in terms of your exercise. So I've got one here where you've been doing your runs, haven't you, as a replacement for exercise?
I've done 3 runs so far, and each time I've added half a mile, which if I can keep doing that, I'll be happy.
Well, there you go. Remember the other day I got on the phone with you, Gavin. I said, look, we need to set yourself a new target that pushes you, because we haven't got the gyms now. So you are missing out on that personal development, that personal progress, if you like, that personal satisfaction that you were getting when you were going to the gym, you were training hard, and you were hitting those targets. Now that was gone from your life because the gym was gone. And then when you didn't have that, you weren't getting that sense of satisfaction. It lowered your state a little bit, didn't it? And you felt demotivated. You felt uninspired, your energy was lower. So you understood straight away you needed to replace that with something else, didn't you?
Yeah, the running's helped massively. Like, never did I think I'd be out running again after I left the Harriers, but it's hard, but it's a good kind of hard, because it's pushing us to, right, I've got to do this to keep me focused.
Yeah, I've been challenged for one of those 5K runs. You know what people are doing now on Instagram and that.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm going to do one this week. I've never ran for a long time. I used to actually like it. I was quite fit, you know, when I was 14, 15, 16, 17, when I played football. Obviously, I've put on a bit more size and muscle now. So I'm not built for a runner, but it's more the ground on my knees and my joints what make it hurt for me. So I'm going to have to build up to that. Like, I think I'm going to have to do it on grass. Otherwise, I'll be out the game like off a 5K run straight on concrete.
Grass I think it's all about the shoes.
Yeah, I haven't even got any shoes. Right. I've got a pair of Air Max. That's about it.
Oh, they're naughty running them.
Not running them. Oh God, but yeah, like I said, what we mentioned before, during this lockdown situation, we don't have the gyms, and we just kind of need to accept that now, don't we? And whatever we've got as a replacement, we need to get that same mental benefit of progressing ourselves physically to get that accomplishment that we need. Otherwise, we're just going to go down.
You just got to use what you can, do what you can. It's that easy just to go out for a couple of mile run and then come in and do 100 press-ups and feel like you've
something
worked.
Super simple. It's all we need at this time, something super simple. We haven't even got any of the barriers, like all the work and all that other stuff outside of our life. It's gone now, you know, it's on hold. So we've never had a more perfect time to actually work on myself. And I think a lot of people get confused when they say things during this time, saying, you should be learning a new skill or you should be working on yourself. I think a lot of people go, well, no, it's not the time for that. You know, we need to relax and not, you know, not freak out and all that kind of thing. They kind of hold themselves within themselves. But I don't mean you have to accomplish anything amazing. You just have to do something that just keeps you taking over. You know, so setting yourself little mini goals with your exercise. Perfect time to do it now. You know, when has there ever been a more perfect time to do that, to do running? You're not at work. You've got nothing else to do. You want to go out the house, take the opportunity.
Yeah, just it's a little jaunt. I'm not like killing myself with how fast I'm running. I'm just trying to burn the calories and get some distance in the legs.
Yeah, it makes you feel so much better as well, doesn't it? When you know you've accomplished a good part of your exercise, it makes you feel more confident.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's key. A lot of people go on about mental health awareness and things, and what you can do to improve your mindset and, you know, anxiety, depression, all that sort of stuff. And exercise, man, it's literally the number one, you know, for most people anyway. To be able to pull themselves out of feeling very demotivated and a low place. If you can set yourself a small exercise goal and you start there, accomplish that, move on to the next small goal, accomplish that, you can pull yourself, you know, out of being, you know, a person who's unhappy really to someone who's inspired. You know, you can do that very easily, and exercise can be a massive benefit for that, and it's often underutilized. I don't think people understand how powerful it is.
No, they don't. Like them. Even I've only done 3 runs, but how clear my head's got just of running 3 times. It's ridiculous. Like I'm in a different mindset now. I feel more focused to keep attacking it and keep going.
Yeah, so you've been doing bands in the house as well, have you?
Yeah, I've just done a band workout night. I hit
part of the back. They've got the handles on, haven't they?
Aye, really good.
Better than the ones I've got. How are you doing that? Is it 2 different strings, or is it one with 2 handles on?
It's 3 different bands with like carabiners on, clip with the handles. So an anchor with a dog.
Aye, they're good then.
Really good, like.
Is that a bar you've got as well? Oh no, I thought it was a bar. You could probably get a bar, you know, put it between. You'll be able to do presses.
Yeah, right. I'm doing presses there.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm seeing you be able to get a bar and stick it through the handles.
Yeah. Can you still see me?
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it.
That's the door anchor for it.
Yeah, that's cool.
So it just slips in the door. You shut the door and it locks in.
Yeah. So what kind of benefit do you feel that gives you? What's the comparison between, obviously it's not as good as real strength training, but do you feel anything off it in terms of like your mentality, your mood, your energy?
It's hurting, like.
Yeah. So at least you know it's something. That's the thing, isn't it?
It's about 30 kilos resistance on there.
Yeah.
So I'm getting good pumping. I'm feeling the burn. Like I woke up the other day after my first one. Like my back was so sore. The DOMs were ridiculous. It's giving us something different. Like when I turned up, I was like, oh, get in. Yeah, we'll go running and doing this. It's ideal.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. At least you're doing something, Gav. You've got that opportunity right now. You either sit around, don't really do anything, you know, not really progress your health, your life, or you can just adapt. And I think that's what you've done. You've just adapted very well at this point, and you're just making the best of it. But it's not going to go on forever, mate. It's not going to go on forever. We'll be back in the gym soon, and you'll be back to making progress, because you wanted to continue dropping more body fat this year, didn't you?
I want to get lean.
Yeah. So this whole environment right now, you're going to be doing what you can, but you've obviously understood that it's not going to be perfect right now, but you simply want to keep yourself taking over, don't you?
Yeah, just keep some form of decent shape, or then I can really attack it when the gym's not back open. Hopefully continue with me running. Keep that cardio level up, even if I only do 2 or 3 runs a week. And even if they're only 2 or 3 mile, it's still going to burn 400-500 calories.
Yeah, you've got that replacement. You've got that replacement. It's not perfect. You can't do the exercise you want to do, really, but you've got 2 choices. You either let it slip and lose the benefits from doing that in terms of your confidence, or you just adapt it, and that's what you've done, mate. So you will get that result you want this year. You know, you just got to keep at it. So yeah, the coronavirus may have it down right now, but it's not gonna stop your progress, mate. I'm confident of that.
Definitely not.
Right,
too focused for it to beat us that way.
Yeah, that's what you've learned over the last year. It's been close to a year now. We've worked together. It might be very close to the day, actually, Gav, that we've worked together. Yeah. So what you've learned in that time, obviously physically you've transformed, but mentally you're a whole new person.
Oh, I don't even, like, where I was in 2018, I would happily just sit and eat a 14-inch pizza 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Then not even feel guilty about it. Now I eat a pizza and I'm just like, probably shouldn't eat that.
Yeah.
But I don't feel guilty about eating it. I'm just like, well, that's just knocked me back a couple of days.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to work a little bit harder in the gym to compensate that I've done that.
Relationship with food, mate. You've improved your relationship with food, and once you do that, you know, you can feel nutrition for what it's meant to do, make you feel amazing, make you feel energized, make you feel powerful, rather than use it for the bad thing and make yourself feel down and depressed and miserable and unmotivated that you went overboard. You know, so you've improved that relationship with food, and that's the key thing here. So just like we said at the start of the video, it's been a lifestyle transformation for you.
Right, definitely. 100%.
Right, I'm gonna let you go, mate, because I'm gonna get my tea soon.
Right, it's just putting ours out now.
It's been great catching up with you. Perfect timing then. Perfect timing. I hope it's on your plan, mind.
It is actually.
Always out.
Smashing mints.
Class, mate. Right, have a great night, Gav. I'll catch up with you very soon, mate. See you, bro.
See you in a bit.
Sure.